New England Patriots finished 7-9 last season. This season, I have the New England Patriots finishing 11-6. So I do have them improving. I do see that they will get the additions of the guys that they missed out due to the COVID opt-outs. Obviously, they made some moves in free agency. Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. Completely revamped their offense there. The biggest thing that could hold them back, and I did have them kind of being a little inconsistent throughout the season as I was going through their schedule. Cam Newton, I'm still not convinced that he's necessarily turned it around or he's going to find MVP Cam again. Just looking at a lot of the games last year, it was kind of boring football to watch. And I'm sure you can relate, obviously, as you probably were watching a little bit more intently on their games.
Going from Tom Brady to pound the rock is very, very difficult, especially when you don't even have a buffer season. It's just kind of like, all right, here you go. Cam Newton's going to run the ball more times than he passes it every game. That being said, the first 3 games of the season was actually pretty exciting football from the Patriots. You had that Seahawks game that they lose on the last play. They run that play 9 times out of 10. They're scoring 9 times out of 10, I think, on that QB run. So I don't really put blame on anyone. Obviously, the rest of the season is a complete it's a complete sham. But that game really speaks to me. I think that if they can perform like that offensively every game with a Cam Newton, I think that's his ceiling now. You're not going to get MVP Cam, like you said. It's not going to happen. But they're going to get a considerably better Cam than they had for the rest of the season, especially after he was dealing with side effects from COVID, too. I think is a big thing a lot of people missed out on is that he did contract COVID for he was out for 2 weeks. They played that Kansas City Chiefs game without basically a starting quarterback. I mean, they played with Stidham and Hoyer, and they really almost won that game.
I think the big X factor here, and a lot of people have written him off, is Coach Bill Belichick. I think Belichick is still one of the more elite coaches, and that's why I also gave him some wins against opponents that people might not necessarily chalk them up against, such as the Dolphins. Obviously, Tua is still a young, developing quarterback. He still lives facing quarterbacks under that 25-year-old threshold. In those matchups against the Jets, Zach Wilson on the learning curve, probably doesn't work to his advantage going against Belichick. In road matchups against the Chargers in LA. Last year, they blew out the Chargers by 40.
Blew off the doors, yeah.
Exactly. So there is still that elite coaching gene in Coach Belichick. And certainly, too, with improved defense, where does Belichick live and breathe? On the defensive side of the ball. So as long as Cam Newton is keeping them viable offensively, even if he's not keeping them viable offensively, because there is a rookie that they just drafted. So there is always that potential for Mac Jones to get in if Cam Newton is truly not producing. By the way, I'll say this. As a Niners fan, I did not want Mac Jones. I put it out there publicly. I did not want Mac Jones. But I am actually okay with him being with your Patriots because I think that is a good scheme fit.
I think it's a good scheme fit. I agree. I will forever listen to the little voice inside my head that tells me that Joe Namath is the last Alabama quarterback to make a Super Bowl appearance. So that should say a lot about how I feel about Mac Jones. Good college quarterback. Absolutely. Alabama has a history of good college quarterbacks. NFL quarterbacks. No, I'm just getting a little worried, obviously, but I think we might be seeing a little bit of a trend here. We get Tua down on the Dolphins. Seems like he's going to be the viable starter. Seems like he's going to be good. So I have a little hope. I'm hoping that Mac Jones can follow footsteps, break out of molds, crush stereotype, because I'm a Patriots fan. I want them to do good, but I don't have faith in either quarterback to lead the team. Honestly, I'm just putting all my faith in that defense because Bill had a bad year last year. He's not going to do it again this year.
Okay, I believe that. No back-to-back losing seasons for Bill Belichick and the Patriots.